Got the stream going, got that going, got that going. Let me just set up the X. Wow, went on longer than I thought. All right, let me just anyway. All right, so let me just put that there. And guys, also, if you want to see my screen, it's there. You guys can check it off. 250%. Oh god, yeah, that could be a. I don't think I got a feeling it's gonna be about was it Venezuela? I think it's gonna be a Venezuela thing. Nothing mega, most probably. Well, let's see. That's there. Let's get this started. 1 second. All right, broadcast. Cool, that's working. It's working, right? All right, put it there. Yeah, cool. There we go. That's working. Put that there. Right, that should be going well. Now get the sign going on. Trump will be crypto market again, maybe. Ella Lamar, how you doing, brother? Yeah, actually, it makes me happy actually seeing you here. Honestly, going through a bit of an interesting time at this present moment. So, anyway, it is what it is. Where was I? Why is that not working? What's going on with that? Let me just get rid of this. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Anyway, let's try that. It's fine. Don't worry about it, Lamar. I don't want to go into it. It's just there are a lot of this market can be tough sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. I think everything is looking pretty good. Yeah, awesome. Hello, everyone. Hello, Patrick, Gus, everyone, all the people that are here. I appreciate you all immensely. I mean it, seriously. You guys are awesome. All right, cool. Now, let's try and find this live. Let's see what the live is up to. Is it the press conference? Should we look up? Is it? Nope, nothing's going on. What are the chances? Whoa. Wait, has it already started? 1 second. Has it already started? 1 second. Nope, that's not it. Right. Singing some energy. I appreciate it. No, it means a lot, honestly, but anyway, whatever. What was I saying? All right. Try and get this Trump live. I love how that's the #1 thing that comes up. Typical. All right. All right, we're waiting on that. Right, now, let's have a look at the markets and see what is going on and what's happening and all that kind of stuff. Hello, Marcus. Hello, everyone. All that kind of stuff. How are we looking today? I don't know what to think of this market. Very choppy. It's very choppy, but it's looking good. It's looking good. It is good. I'll talk about Fat Cat in a second. There's been some... Anyway. I'll get into that, right? I'll get into that. But what I will say is that, yeah, the market is looking okay, actually. It's still not 100%. There's a lot of things that we need to look at, a lot of things that are happening. We could potentially maybe see one last little movement down, but I will say that will most probably be the very, very last bit. The reason why I said I'll go through the whole process, my head's a bit all over the place at the moment. 1 second. Let me try and gather my thoughts here. What was I going to say? God, anyway, my head's not in the right place at the moment. Yeah, so where we're sitting right now is that we are still trying to protect this key zone, the 108. The market pumped exactly as I said last time as well when we were watching it the 2 days ago when I told you guys the direction where we were going, and then Donald Trump had a bit of a a bit of a wobble, which pulled the market back. But we saw it being eaten up absolutely perfectly. We're seeing markets go in the right direction, and I will show you a few things that are really, really important to do. First things first, we're seeing a bit of a bounce on of this channel, of this graph that we've shown many, many times before. I want everyone to really, really understand it. By the way, if you want to see it, you can go and check it out here. We had a perfect bounce off the 50% level, but what could happen, right? What could happen is that this level here could deviate down into this this area that I was talking, this pocket here, and there, if we come and I'll show you here. If this deviates down and we come back and regain this level here, then we are really, really good, right? And I want to say something because I don't know if the when this thing will happen, because it's really, really important when I say, are we good? Are we good? What's going on? You know when something should be, we good? Right. All right. No, that was just a thing. I want to explain something to you guys really, really clearly. We are in a situation right now, right? We're in a very unique situation right now, which no one is really understanding, right? And why I'm gonna do a video about it. You know what? I'm gonna do a video about it because I haven't posted for 2 days. I need the video I'm going to drop after this live is I'm telling you, it's extremely important that you listen to it, because I'm going to set out key things that people are not putting together, and it will ultimately get to a point where you will understand that we are in a very, very unique area, right? By the way, my niece bought me this. Thank you very much. Her name is Sophia. Love you very much. You're awesome, right? So I'll explain that through in that video. It's really, really important to check that, and we can go from there. By the way, is everyone on the chat? Can everyone just press a 1 on the chat? I'm just trying to make sure that it works. Is it working? Is everything working? Is all the chats working? Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Lamar. I'll send it that little bit. One. That's cool. All right, that's working. I don't know what's going on. It's working. Fantastic. All right, good. All right, cool. So we're at that situation there. Now, what's really, really important is really, really important, and it is literally the name of the stream today, and it is paramount, right? This here alone will explain to you exactly what we need to do, and it is this. Bitcoin needs to get above the Tuesday high, right? This is Tuesday. That the tweet that our lovely little orange leader did about China, right? China, that thing there caused it about. If we cannot get above this, we will have a higher chance of this thing going lower. But I would say that if it goes lower and we capture this area here and then reclaim this 50% level, we're on for a very, very interesting move in this market at this present moment. More importantly, remember, as I said on the stream the other day before I went on to the China to the God, I didn't feel like laughing, but thank you so much. Is that there is a possibility chance that this thing will be closed, and it's closed it absolutely perfectly. Came and reclaimed the key level, but rejected off the 55-day EMA, right? And I said, look, the 110 is a key moment, an area. It's holding that at this present moment. If it holds that its support, we're in a good place to move forward, and things will move forward well from there, right? We look at some key other things. One thing I will say, and this is why I'm saying to be very, very cautious. Let me just put the sound up just in case this guy comes on. Yeah, all right. Now, a few things that we need to make sure we understand is that we have a super duper important print on Friday. But all of this is something that people are missing. And they don't call me Alvarez for no reason, right? They don't call me Alvarez for no reason, because no one's noticed it. And it is wild. It's wild. I'm sitting there. I'm gonna do it as a video because I haven't posted, and I like to what's that called? What's that word called where you get to the you go to somewhere and then the rest of it is empty, but you get to the, what's that called? Show off. I don't call it a show off. Who calls that a show off? You get to the edge and then you show off. Dementia. Oh, guys. You guys are incredible, man. Honestly, you make... Oh, God, I really didn't feel like laughing. Oh, man. Dementia is pretty good, but show off is pretty good. Patrick, why did I know that you would know what that was? Edging. There we go, yeah. Oh, man. When we're all losing money, we have a community. That's true. That is very true. I hope that always stays, man. Honestly, like I've been to so many other. I was watching some lives the other day. When I was at the hotel room, and it's just so toxic in there. And I know that everyone is down. I know that everyone's suffering, and you know what you will find in this scenario, right? I got you, brother. Thank you so much, Patrick. Right? I know that everyone is suffering right now, and everyone's in a bit of pain and some difficulties and all this kind of stuff, right? And it's so hard to find a place where you could have that at least a bit of a a place where you can have a bit of a laugh and be amongst the people that are also in the same boat. You know what I mean? So that's that situation. I was saying that when these moments start happening, the market gets a bit tough. You will see who has character and who doesn't have character. That is the one thing I will say to everyone here, right? You will see people who, and it's happened to me like twice, funny enough, in the past 2 days, right? Who were once your trusted uh, side hands and have turned into ones that are not that way because things have got a bit tough, right? And I'm not that type of person. I didn't get to where I am, what I do, and all that kind of stuff without being that way. Yeah. So that's why the promise I'll give you, I'll always be here. You see, not a lot of people are posting stuff, right? And I'm still doing the stuff that I am. I mean, apart from the 2 days. Don't count the 2 days. I have a reason why I wasn't posting 2 days. You know what I mean, right? You get a lot of people like that. Unfortunately, it is the case. And sometimes when you're the one that's trying to be the good person, you're the one that gets utilized the most. You know what I mean? It's Trump talking. No. I, no, he's not talking. Right. That's the thing, right? That's that aspect here, right? So that's what I'm going to say. Make sure you watch the video afterwards. It's going to be huge, right? Now, what's where we are? It's coming close. That so at this present moment, if we look at where the liquidity is sitting, we have some on the 24-hour building on top, right? But we need that to increase. We need this market to really start to do some stuff, right? Start to have a bit of a play in a week or so. And the reason why I say in a week or so is watch the video after. I'm telling you. Right? Just watch it. It's going to be very, very important for you guys to watch it. That's all I'm going to say, right? That's what's really important. So, yeah. So at this present moment, we have some liquidity building up on the bottom around here. But this liquidity is a possibility. This is the reason why I said that there could be some sort of problem that can arise, maybe from the inflation numbers, or it could be something else. Watch the video after this live, right? What usually happens around these things, and these can also be buy orders as well, because people are believing that there could be something down here. But we need in the next, look, we see the 24-hour, it's building up nicely above the key levels. I mean, we've taken out all of that liquidity at that moment, but if we look around here, we need this to build up a bit more. We need some time for that to happen, right? Now, what I will also say, one bit that is giving me some level of hope, right, is this, right? Is this FOMC meeting, China talks next week could help us a bit. Oh, MCU, guys, done. I know what the government is doing. I know what they're doing, and it's clever. It's very, very clever. It's so clever. It's unbelievable. Like I have these eureka moments sometimes, right? I mean, not sometimes, most of the time. I'm pretty good, right? Uh, you're gonna want to, yeah. Anyway, right? Yeah. Hey, you want me to tell you, right? But I'm sitting here with only 21,000 likes. I mean, come on, please. Now, one bit of hoping, which is pretty good, right? Is it good for us? It is very good. It's very good, right? So where we're sitting at the moment is that we're having a little bit of hopium here. Is that what's happening is that the exchange volume is settling out at the previous high, right? And that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. If we can see this start to increase in volume, we could be in a good point for things to move. But I will say a few more things before we get to the big man's conversation, right? I'll say a few more things. If we also look at the ratio between the two, we're still 48 to 51, which could point towards more of a short squeeze happening. And what's really, really important, I will show this to you as well. 1 second, where are we right now? Is this. Remember when I said that this 61 area, yeah, between the 60.5 to 61 area, I expect a reversal at that point, right? But what this means is that there's going to be further movement, Bitcoin focused, right? So this is pointing towards a potential move up. And if we look at the USDT dominance, where are we going? Yeah, it's holding and rejecting off the key points, which is the 5.11. I showed it to you guys. It's rejecting of it, which is a good sign. The problem is it is still holding. Would I call that a higher high? Maybe, right? Maybe this can show further increase up, but it's looking potentially like a reversal happening. And the number we need to look at is the 4.61. The moment this graph breaks that 4.61, we're on for a real move, right? Real move. I like the way you said tap fast and no one taps. God. Coinbase is going to have a planned maintenance over the weekend. We won't be able to buy crypto. I know exactly what they're doing. And when I put it all together, because I was writing a list, right? I was writing a list of all the things that are going on, and the more I wrote, I was like, you know, when you CC Pi is bullish, I would look. I'm gonna get to that as well, right? You know, when you write down the stuff and it starts building a world, it starts building this little cloud of me going, wait, this sounds like they're doing something on purpose, right? And that little bit doing on purpose is making me, yeah. Anyway, watch the video. That's that situation there. So this could be a rolling over, but what's really, it's unbelievably important, right, is the S&P 500 break 6763. We are on. And if you we are on like Donkey Kong. This is the thing, and it looks like it's moving in that direction. I said that there is a high chance that this is going to be moving in that way. Where's the video on your on the TikTok? TikTok is where it's going to be. All my big alpha videos on my TikToks. You guys all have to follow this, man. Honestly, if I don't get to 100,000 by the end of this year, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. So like, share and like and show my like channel to people and stuff. I don't want anything from you guys. I don't ask anything from you. I just want you to follow and like share and stuff, right? So that's that situation right now. The number, can you not see the number? Can you guys not see the on the tube? Can you not see the number? Rockford, can you see it? You can't see the number on the tube. Why? Is the quality not good? It should be. Anyway, whatever. It's 6763, right? 6763 is the number that we need to break on the S&P 500. We must not get rejected from that number, right? If it breaks above that, right? By the way, how close was the bank told me number? I need to add that back on. Let me put the bank told me number. Where is that? That's a bank told me number. Bank told me number. There we go. Bank told me number. People, you can zoom in, lol. Hey, medic. Are you new, by the way? You seem like a new one here. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to everyone that's new. It means a lot because you never show the screen. Badger. Okay. I just want everyone to understand this, right? There's a game that I play on this live. there's a game that I play on this live where if you go full Sherlock Holmes mode, there is a clue when you look at the screen where you'll be able to see you'll be able to see where you might be able to see my screen. It's not very easy to see. Sometimes people can have some difficulty. I can understand. I respect that it's not the easiest thing to understand. But if you look carefully, if you look very, very carefully, you'll be able to see it. Came from the talk. Thank you so much, Mediji. If go full Sherlock Holmes modes, right? I'll give you a clue. Look up from where you're seeing my face, and it might give you an understanding. It might give you an understanding where it could be. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I love you all. I like to be cheeky because I'm waiting for someone to throw an insult. It's all banter, love. It's really good moods in here. No one takes the mickey out of anyone. There's a hidden message, that's for sure. There's a definite hidden message. You're a clever one, lol. I'm glad that you. God, you know what? I just want to say one thing, right? I really do appreciate you guys. Like, you guys are absolutely so important to me. It's out of this world. Like, I was not in the mood to even do this live, and it's good. I appreciate you all. That's all I want to say, right? So that's where. So you want to see this is where if we can break that level, then we are in a good place, right? We're in a good direction, good thing that's moving. And if that goes in that way, that's fantastic. What are the few things I want to also describe, right? You are Ahmed. I appreciate that, but that, you know what I mean. Everyone goes through difficult times sometimes. You know, I am human. One more thing that I want to say is that this level holding on the dollar is a good sign, right? Because we have technically produced a lower high. This is a confirmation of a lower high, right? Is in my humble opinion, this is a full-blown confirmation of lower high. And if the moment we break, there's a bit of a trend line developing here, actually. Look. The moment we break this line, the market's going to go parabolic, right? That's the situation. It's going to go full-blown parabolic, and things are going to be going in the right way, which is a good sign. Really good sign. Good things are going in that way. One bit of worry that I have. Just one small thing that I want to show you guys. I want to see where this is right now. Where was it? Is it on here? Yeah, one small thing that I have with a USDT dominance is that this cross here, right? This cross here that we have is a bit worrying. And this is why, right? And what do I say to everyone that is here when you're, oh my God, honestly, just why do I get this person? I don't get it. Just, I don't get it. There we go. Right. What? Told Trump you need cheering up. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you for all your time and understanding. No, it's fine. Don't worry. All right. One small thing that I have here is this cross of the lower time frame over the S&P 500, right? This is not a great sign because it means that there could be a further continuation on. And what usually happens when you get these crosses is that it pulls this down, right? It pulls it down to this area. It's like it acts like a magnet, which could potentially give a bit of a fake out. So what could happen is that we could have a bit of a fake pump, and then it can react from there where people will feel like it's over again. And then what happens at this moment here at the 4.61% will be everything, right? It will be everything. Because if this breaks down from this point, the 4.16%, we are going to be going for a crazy move, like absolute crazy move in that way. So it's all looking good in that way, right? Now, I feel like saying I told you so, right? I feel like saying I told you guys this would happen it's a bit of an understatement of where I'm like everyone was like I said it. And in fact the lines hit absolutely, well, I'm not perfectly. I'm always a bit off. How much was I off? How much was I off, Brev? I was off 0.2%. Oh, crap. That's the entire, that's a 20% of the entire crypto market cap. Oh, well, anyway, it's close, right? This is looking good for further continuation down, right? We like this. This is a good sign. If we lose the 3.996, rookie numbers, I know, man. Real rookie numbers I'm playing around with, right? If we lose this 3.996 level, then it's looking good for further continuation in that. Yeah, 20% of the total cryptocurrency market cap. Just only a small amount. Man, only anyway, whatever, right? If it loses that, that's a huge sign that we're looking to move into more risk on assets. And you know what's another sign? Remember the 4 things that you all had to look at, right? You look at the VIX. Look what it's doing. Look what it's doing. And I know why it's doing this. I know why it's doing this. And I'm going to explain on that video. I'm gonna post it after this. I know why it's doing this. However, do you know Trump is going to speak in a bit? Yeah, it's on here. It's on here. He's always late, right? He's always late. When the speaker is at full whack, right? So when it happens, I'll know, right? Where was I? Is this working? Yeah, it's working. Everything else working? Yeah. All right. So this coming back down is a huge thing. Remember, I told everyone, I said it. If you went through the my previous video where I gave you the list of what's happening and what the situation is, you see, oh my God, you see that this thing is a, you see that this thing is a continuous yeah, you can see that this thing is settling at a very key point. This key point here, right, is that if it settles around between the 15 to 17 level, in fact, if it goes even more around, yeah, around the 15 to 17 level, then we will see a progressive growth up, especially as we are seeing a full-blown confirmation of a like the prior range being broken. This is now officially a downtrend. If we break it's more of a range. It's not really a line. If we, 1 second, let me redo that. Let me redo that. Yeah. Yeah, there, right? If we break this level between the 3.39 and 3.87% of the 10-year government yield, so the 10-year yield, it will be massive, right? This is going to be huge. This will be huge, right? At the same time as this coming down, at the same time, if the dollar starts to break this trend line and gold starts to break that level, liquidity is going to be looking on risk on assets, and risk on asset allocation is what we want, right? I do want to say that we are still in a precarious situation right now. We need to break above this Tuesday high, the 14,078. But when people figure it out, I don't think that's going to be a problem, right? I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now, if we look at ETH, again, absolute perfect. Well, I mean, I keep saying perfect, but I need to work on my numbers. Why am I always like 0.5% to 0.2% off? Anyway, whatever. There's a really good bounce from this moment. The fact that it's holding the 21-day EMA, I am very bullish. I'm very bullish on Ethereum, especially on the weekly, especially on the daily. Things are looking good for Ethereum. I'm maybe I might actually be buying more of this. I'm starting to slowly load up on this aspect, right? One more thing we're looking at, Total 3 is holding the 200-day EMA. We'll see how that goes. It's looking, again, we need to break above the prior range. Unfortunately, that's like 1.9 trillion looking like. Unfortunately, this thing needs to move quickly, but I have high hopes. I'm telling you, I'm going to show you some really interesting things coming soon. If we look at the total, it held the 3.58 exactly. I showed you. I said, like, this is a bit worrying, but if we reclaim this 3.58 trillion, we are looking pretty good, right? But again, Tuesday high needs to be reclaimed, which is the 3.8 trillion level. It's really, really important. Is it funny when you're talking about it is funny when you're talking about the charts. Oh, thank you so much, MB. I like all the positive vibes. I knew there was gonna be one person that was gonna talk some sort of like level of you know, niceties. That's why, I like it when people have a go at me for no reason other than me giving my points, my opinions. It makes me happy. So there's that situation where we are right now. Now, if you look at a few other things. Oh, where did that go? Just saw someone's message. 1.9 trillion is 7% drop in gold. You gotta know why. We watch my video. It's very, very obvious what's happening in this scenario, right? No blocking, no toxicity in this thing. He can say what he wants to. This is an open channel. I don't do that kind of thing. And I will say this, right? If anyone says anything bad about me, I don't want anyone in our community to do anything or say anything back to them. They're welcome to do whatever they want to. If they want to spread negativity in the group, they can do so. People just ignore them. It's fine. There's no. I don't make it a point to send people after other people. I'm not that type of live. I'll never be that type of live. It's a safe space here and everyone can be happy. That's it. Even people we don't like is welcome. All right. That's that situation right now. So I'm nervous about the way the market is today. I wasn't back in April. Just feels tiring. Look, I want to say something and I want everyone to understand. When everyone is fearful, is not when usually things go very bad. I want everyone to really understand that. It's usually when you're in the euphoric level. John just came out. What, really? Where? Oh, he is. Oh, wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good. Please.
All right, you can't see it. so. I'm fearful tide. Everyone's fearful tide.
It's a great honor to have all my friends here. It's like old home week.
I got the last note of the American anthem.
We want to begin by thanking the people that have done such a great job at the White House. They have been doing really.
What are the chances that this is going to be a nothing burger?
I don't even know if they're supposed to be working, but they wouldn't miss a day. So I just want to thank everybody for that very much. And we're here today to discuss a sweeping, unprecedented, and historically successful operation that my administration has carried out in recent weeks.
85%, I think.
To arrest, prosecute, and permanently remove members of foreign drug cartels from American soil. And the people gathered around this table are the ones.
His hair isn't as like amazing as it used to be.
Room, some of them sitting a little behind. Some of them, I'm surprised, are not actually at the table. You people should be very insulted by that, but. You've done a great job back there. On my first day in office earlier this year, I signed an executive order to officially designate the drug cartels and savage transnational gangs as foreign terrorist organizations. It was my honor to do so. And on that same day, I also signed an order directing the creation of the Homeland Security Task Force to bring together all federal, state, and local partners to achieve the national policy goal of eliminating the cartel presence in America once and for all. And the results are, and it's early, and the results are spectacular. Led by ICE and the FBI, this task force includes the Department of Justice, the Department of War, DHS, the intelligence community, ATF, the DEA, the U.S. Marshals, and the state and local agencies in every part of our country. Other than that, we don't include too many people. That's a hell of a group, isn't it, huh? When you think of it. That's not a group you want against you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, certainly not at one time. In addition to the task force members, we're pleased to be joined by representatives of law enforcement at every level, the highest level, actually, but every level, including National President of the Fraternal Order of Police, Patrick.
Can everyone hear perfectly?
Patrick, thank you, Patrick. Thank you for the endorsement, too. That really hit it off. I would have gotten 98% anyway, but it was still good to have your endorsement. Thank you, Patrick. I don't forget those things. President of the National Sheriff's Association,
we're just watching the Orange Man talk.
Chris, thank you, Chris, very much. Great, good job.
Oh,
Major City's Chief
Oh yeah, I'll talk about
Executive
Fat Cat
Director
in a
Laura
second.
Cooper.
It's
Laura,
just,
thank you, Laura,
you know,
very much.
backstabbing, unfortunately.
Major County Sheriffs of America Executive Director Megan Noland. Megan, thank you. Thank you very much. And President of the National Border Patrol Council, my friend, and a very good speaker, by the way. Whenever he gets up and speaks, I say, that guy can really speak. I don't know. I don't want him to run for office. I want him to stay where he is. Paul Perez. Paul. Thank you, Paul. Where is Paul? Hi, Paul.
God, he
What are you
sounds
doing
so
over there, Paul?
tired. He
Good
sounds
good
so
speaker you are,
tired.
though, Paul. I mean it too. You've made some incredible speeches, and all from the heart too, right? Some great ones. Today you'll
We'll
hear
need to wait for
details
the
from my
Q&A part,
national
it seems.
security and homeland
They will
security
probably
teams
also
about the extraordinary
ask
historic
about
achievements of this new
China.
Homeland Security
Tell
Task
us when
Force
he
since
crashes
it
the
became
market.
fully operational last month.
We'll
in
see. I've got
all
some
50
some
states.
alarms
The
going
job
off,
they're
so if it
doing.
does, it does.
What we inherited from this past administration is like disgraceful. In a matter of weeks, the task force has made the largest number of arrests of cartel
I know he's the
leaders,
president, but he looks
operatives,
like he's
and
stressed.
gang
He's never.
members
He's not
in
usually
American
much more
history, more
perky than
than
this.
3,000 and counting. That includes
I
members
cannot
of
listen to
the
this guy. He really makes
ultra-violent
me sick. I will
New
come back
Generation
later. Thanks a lot
Cartel,
for all
the
your input
Sinaloa
tonight.
Cartel,
Yeah,
the
come back. Because there's something I want to tell you guys about VChain. It's really, really important.
MS-13
He's 80 plus,
cartel,
not a
and you know
spring chicken. I know
MS-13,
that.
the
But he's
gang,
like, he's usually
and
better than this.
Tren de Aragua, another beauty. That's a group of real garbage we have to deal with, that we shouldn't have to deal with. These
What happened
are,
to daycare?
in addition to the massive numbers
Both
of
died pretty
dangerous
heavy,
criminals
affecting
my
his voice.
administration arrested nationwide
I think
since
it's
January
China.
20th, numbering over 120,000. It's a record, and 120,000 criminal arrests. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, for 4 long years before I took office, the last
easy to run a
administration allowed the
country like
cartels and their
USA.
operatives
Yeah, I
to
know.
frankly take over our country.
I mean, he's kind of causing the
to
majority of
freely
the problem himself,
infiltrate
to be honest,
America
but whatever.
and all the communities nationwide, along with transnational gangs. These groups have unleashed more bloodshed and killing on American soil than all other terrorist groups combined. These are the worst of the worst. It should now be clear to the entire world that the cartels are the
does sound
ISIS
very old. He
of
sounds
the
like my
Western
granddad.
Hemisphere, in addition to their monstrous violence, such as cutting off heads, burning their enemies alive.
It sounds like any
and
second
burning innocent
he's going to give
people
us,
alive,
like,
too, by
you
the
know,
way.
40-year-old
The
chocolate in a
cartels
tin.
control large swaths of territory.
That I don't
They
know where my
maintain vast
granddad and
arsenals
grandma
of
buys it
weapons
from,
and
but
soldiers, and they use
they still have it.
extortion,
He looked
murder,
much fresher
kidnapping
on
to
Fox News,
exercise
actually. Maybe
political and
the
economic
filter
control.
on
Thank you very
Sky.
much, Joe Biden,
CNN.
for allowing that
It's
to
all the
happen.
other way around.
Biden surrendered the.
Welcome
he
back,
just
Alphonse. Thank
surrendered
you so
our
much,
country
Gus.
to
That
the
means it.
cartels.
didn't
Don't worry,
get
we're
the
taking it. Gets
nutrition.
better. We're taking it back. It's really
Everyone knows
fast
that, right?
at levels that
Everyone knows
nobody's
those
ever seen
chocolates. Like,
before,
where's that
but
chocolate come from,
what
man?
we had to put up with, what we inherited, was just a
That and the thing on the
disgrace.
TV. I mean, I don't
And
know
while
why.
Biden
Why is
was
that little
president, if he was
knitted thing
president,
in
I
front
think
of
the
the TV? I don't
AutoPen
know.
was president, not Biden. Nearly 100% of those who infiltrated our southern border did so
I think
because they were
VSAP
personally
speaks from the
approved.
script, so
They
I don't know.
admitted
It's
they
the
were-
question and answers that's the
they
problem,
were
man.
just what
Very
happened.
funny and true
assisted
of all
by
folks.
the
It's
most
so true.
dangerous and violent criminal organizations anywhere on the planet. The worst people on the planet they allowed into our beautiful country. Under the Trump administration, we're finally treating the cartels as the core national
Why don't you go back
security
to the
threat
chart? You're
that
not
they
listening to
really
him
are.
anyway.
The
Thank you so
cartels
much. I
are
appreciate
waging
it. I am
war on
listening to him.
America, and just as I promised in the campaign, we're waging war on them like they've never seen before. All you have to do is turn on your television and you'll see what's happening to them. Past administrations have tried to mitigate this threat, eliminate it. We're not mitigating, we're eliminating. We're getting them out. 1,000 illegal guns, and that's just recently. This
Why
is
not go
already
back
the
to
most
church? You're not
successful
listening to him.
anti-cartel and anti-gang operation in American history, and it's just getting started.
I am at church. I'm
We have
listening to the preacher.
incredible people. A lot of them are in this room with us today, and it's an honor to have them. But we're going to not stop until the threat has been fully and completely eradicated. I want to thank task force members with us today, including a person who's doing a fantastic job, Attorney General Pam Bondi. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Sounds so much better than Secretary of Defense. I don't know. Do you
sounds
guys
so
agree with that? I
tired.
don't know.
Oh
It
my
sounds,
God.
You know, we won the First World War, the Second World War.
Look at his
I would
eyes, man.
say
He looks so
everything
tired.
before and everything in between. And then we got woke, and we said, well, let's call it defense. I think we like it this way better. You know, it's funny, that's something I thought it would be maybe controversial, and it's only controversial that we changed the name in the first place. It's not controversial at all. It's been unbelievably well accepted, Pete. Hasn't it, right? It's been pretty amazing. I thought it would be controversial. People want to have our country back. People want to do exactly
Yeah, he said he
what
won the
we're
First
doing
World War.
right
I know
now.
Jay
We're
wouldn't
getting
want
a
to
lot
be
of
president.
credit
That's
for
also
it, and we
true.
should. I want to thank, though, Pete. You're doing a great job, Pete Hegseth. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem.
That's true, but I
thank
can't
you
say
very
that on
much.
the street.
Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi.
It's weird I know
good
what you
job.
mean.
And the heads of all of
Long day
the
on the golf course,
law
possibly.
enforcement agencies all throughout the room. You're really amazing, the job you've done.
Someone forced him
To
here
provide
to
additional
sit and
details on
announce.
our
Yeah.
mission, I would like also to ask General Bondi to say a few words, followed by Secretary Noem, Secretary Hegseth, Director Gabbard, Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Stephen, you're such a superstar, Stephen. They called Stephen the other day a very bad name, and I said, you should sue them, Stephen. I think he will. I hope he does. FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. And I just want to say it's an honor, the job we're doing, and these people are doing absolutely incredible. I'll just add a couple of things. In Memphis,
I don't
as you
wanna
know,
say
where
anything, right?
the numbers are down in half already, and it's only been about 2 weeks.
Anyone else
Doing a
also just
fantastic
zone
job
out
there.
when
Thank
listening
you.
to him when he's reading the script?
Incredible. Nobody thought it was possible. It was really it was a very sick city. It was
Nothing is
horrible
ever
what
normal
happened
with
there.
him. So it's
People
never
would go
like,
from,
oh,
if you're on
you
the
know,
board of FedEx,
it
they
happened
would
and
ride
it
you
was
one block to the hotel. They said you
it
couldn't
was a
walk it
success.
because it was too
He'll never just say
dangerous.
success. He'll be
And
like
they're
the
already
best
feeling better
success
about it, but
ever
the best
created
example
by
right
everyone.
now
In fact, the
is
person
Washington,
who created
D.C.
the
We
word
went
success
from one of the most
renamed
unsafe
it after what I
places,
just did, right?
in the planet, I hate to say, but in this country.
It's so over
to a
the
totally
top that
safe
it's
city.
just like it's just
Nothing's
like I'm just
crime-free,
sitting
I
there
guess,
going,
but
oh
this is
my
about as close to
lord, man, come
crime-free
on.
as you're gonna get. And you guys have done an incredible job with that. Every one of you have worked so hard on this one, and it's our nation's capital. And people would go to the nation. They'd go from, I always say, Iowa, Indiana. They'd go from Florida.
zone
they'd
out
come
one
up,
to
they
ask
want to
what
see
you
the
say.
monument. I want to
It's
see
true.
the Lincoln Memorial. I want to
That's
see
what
one
it
of the
is, it's very true.
monuments, any one of them, and they'd go home
God.
in a coffin.
You know,
But not
sometimes
anymore.
the
It's not
chat
happening
when
anymore.
he
We haven't
talks
had that happen in a long
is
time.
amazing.
It was averaging more than one a week, one person a week. Who would think that's possible?
Someone just said
And
it sounds
hasn't
like let
happened
them
anymore.
eat cake
And
moment.
We have
It's
a
so
safe city.
true.
We have a city where the restaurants
Like
are
childish
booming.
talk, it's true.
People are going out. Nobody's being mugged, hit over the head with a
more than
baseball
5
bat. None of the
It's so
stuff is gone. We took out 1,700 criminals, many of them
Just,
career
we don't
criminals,
talk about
many
Fat
of
Cat.
them
I will talk
given
about
to
that.
us by
Explain
Joe
what happened with
Biden and
that.
his
But
ridiculous
it's
open
just-
borders policy.
it's just
They came in from
a whale,
jails from all
unfortunately.
over the world, not just South America, from
Anyway,
all over the
whatever.
world.
Disappointing, that's all I'm gonna
Jails, they came in from mental institutions and insane asylums all over the world, drug dealers, and we got them the hell out of here. They're either that or if they're so bad, as I said before, we put them in jail because we can't take a chance that they come back. But I want to just say that Washington, D.C. is such an example of what could be done. And now the same thing's happening in Memphis. We're just halfway through the process, and already the numbers are far superior, far better than what
Say
we would
something
have
to
thought at
make
this
Marcus
time.
bullish. It's not even that. Just say
And
something to wake me
Chicago,
up.
I just saw the number. Last week, it was last weekend, 4 were murdered, 11 were shot. And then I have this guy Pritzker, is a very weak governor. Let me be nice. I'm going to be very nice. He's extremely weak. He's pathetic. I have Pritzker get up and say how great they're doing in Chicago. They're doing very poorly. So 4 were murdered, 4, 11 were shot. I would say, and that was not a bad week
The
for
way
him.
this guy talks.
Okay, that was not a bad week. He
I don't want to
said
say it.
somewhere
He's extremely weak.
18 or
It's
19
pathetic.
were murdered. And you know what his excuse was? Yeah, but that was a long weekend. Okay? Can you believe it? He said that was a long weekend. He's bad. And the mayor is worse. I mean, that mayor is worse. Low IQ, very low IQ.
Pathetic.
And
At
we don't
the
need
end,
low
they will
IQ
say,
people.
but
We need people
by
that
the
are gonna
dip. Oh
take
my
care.
God!
And I
Imagine
love
if you said that.
Chicago,
Oh my Lord!
I love those beautiful women.
He loves beautiful
women, beautiful women wearing MAGA hats, and they're all over the place in Chicago. They want
I
protection.
love when he
They
goes
don't care
rogue.
if it's the National
I love
Guard,
when he goes
if
rogue.
it's the
I love women.
Army, Navy,
Beautiful
Coast
black
Guard,
women.
Marines.
I love
They'll
women.
take Space Force, okay? Space Force, send them in. They couldn't. They just don't want to be
Jesus,
mugged,
it's so
killed,
stupid.
raped, shot in the head, and we
What is this
stop
guy
it. So
talking
we're
about,
gonna
man?
be given a very special. We're gonna
What
give
is this guy
Chicago
talking
very
about?
special care.
Hey, brother,
As you
the
probably
100
know,
Club
maybe
merchandise
you heard
promo
we were
looks
gonna
great.
do a big
I don't
surge
have
in San
100
Francisco, but I got a
I don't
great
have
call
100
from
Club merchandise. What are you talking
some
about?
incredible people, some friends of mine,
What?
very successful people. Mark, who's everybody knows him, and Jensen, everybody knows Jensen, NVIDIA, and others called me from San Francisco, and they said we're working really hard with the mayor.
All right,
and
they're
we're
just
making
trying
progress. Would it be possible
to
for you to hold
promote
off,
their own
for
thing,
you to
or
hold
whatever.
off the surge? And I had 4 or 5 calls, and I think they're making progress of their own. That would
Some
be
or
the
Trump,
greatest.
which
I mean, if they
would
could
you
do
prefer
that,
in the
that'd be
country? It's
great.
Trump all day
And they
long.
have great competence in those people. I mean, incredible competence. Some of the smartest business leaders, and they're
Trump might sell
working very well
opportunity.
with the police
Talk to
department.
him.
They're doing
I
a good
don't- I-
job.
I don't know
So
what's
we
going on.
are holding off that surge, everybody, and we're going to let them.
What is the
see if they can do
taco
it. I
blah
said,
blah?
I think we
Nothing.
can do it much
Nothing. He's talking
faster. I
about
know
nothing,
we can do
man.
it faster. I think we can do it better than
He's talking
anybody.
about
We
nothing.
can take criminals out that they're not going to know about, and probably they don't have the legal authority maybe to do what we can. But I'm okay with it, and we're going to let San Francisco has the potential to be. It was a great city. Has the potential very quickly to be a great city again. And these are the companies that are there that are all working.
I feel like there's a
Those are the
lot
people
more on
that
the
asked me,
script.
could you,
I think
do
there's a
away
lot
with
of the
surge,
script.
and let's see how
He's
it
like
works.
off
And
the script
we'll
right
do
now.
that. If we need to, we'll do it. But
He perks
it's
up when he's
possible
not
that
in
we
the.
won't need
It's
to,
so
and we
boring,
will be
bruv. I know.
focusing on other places like Chicago.
Black women,
And
beautiful
we'll have
black
Chicago
women wearing
taken
MAGA
care of
hats.
very quickly. But just remember, 11 people shot,
God,
4 people murdered.
That isn't a meme coin by the
okay?
morning. I don't know what
And
will,
that was this
what
weekend.
will
And
be.
that
He can't even be
was
quoting for
Chicago.
2
And
words
then
in a row.
you'll
Yeah.
see Pritzker get up
Damn,
and
this
talk
is painful.
about,
It's
well,
amazing.
we have it under control. They don't have it under control.
Do you
Just the
know?
opposite. It's
I
getting
read
worse.
something the other day. This is
So we'll take care of as soon as
It's
we
hilarious, right?
give the go-ahead.
They've
which
stopped
is all I have to do is give the
filming
go-ahead.
him
We
when he
won the
does
big
these press
court case the other
conferences
day
from
on the
further away
National Guard. That was
because
a
people
good
were pointing
case.
at people
Same
yawning,
thing with
falling
Portland. Thinking
asleep,
of that 'cause
looking
that's
at
what
their
we wanted.
phones and like
But,
acting and like their
I
facial
looked
expressions and
I looked
everything
the
else.
other night,
So now they
Saturday
do it
night,
zoomed in, so
Portland
you
is
just
like
see him
burning to
and
the
not anyone
ground, and
else
these
in the
people are
room.
saying,
It's the funniest thing. It's
just
hilarious.
friendly stuff. The whole place
Is it-
is burning to the ground. So we'll take care of that one. That's like an insurrection more than it is anything else. That's crazy. Portland's crazy. And then you listen to these radical left people talking about it's really okay. You're seeing things. You're really seeing things. So we're going to take care of Chicago. We're going to take care of Portland. We're going to take care of Memphis. We're proud of D.C. There's nothing
Has
to
this
take care of
guy
anymore.
actually
but we're not
said
gonna let
anything?
it ever go bad. It's never going to happen again. Our nation's capital. And with that, I'm just going to.
Has he
tell you
actually
that
said
Pam
anything?
Bondi has done a fantastic job. And Pam, would you say a few words, please?
I hope the
Thank
camera
you,
focuses.
President Trump, and thank you for your leadership. And this is all about collaboration. And
Yeah.
around this table, I'm looking around this table, we all work so well together. I don't think another
he's saying nothing.
administration in our nation's history has worked so well together. We talk constantly, Secretary Noem, Tulsi, Pete, constantly,
Well, would
but
have asked
also all of our agencies working
Trump.
hand in hand, and that's why this is
Say
so
crypto.
successful. And these people around this table are working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, even though the Democrats have tried to shut down the government. Terry Cole, I'm laughing because you're around the clock, you're all over the world. Director Patel, you're unstoppable what you're doing around this country. Gowdy Serralta, U.S. Marshal, Rob Sakata and Dan Driscoll wearing your ATF hats. Rob, I was on the texting.
What's going
Todd
on
Blanchard
right
and I
now?
were on the texting you at 1 a.m. on cases. I mean, that's how committed all of these people are.
What's going on
to
right
just
now?
keeping all of our citizens safe, and that's what it's all about. And this
He likes
this
his girl.
project is the brainchild of Stephen Miller. And you are doing so much to keep
Sam
our
investing in
citizens
fact that
safe,
if he
our
doesn't
kids
say anything
safe, and
horrible.
get these drugs off our streets. Like the mayor of San Francisco and I are going to be meeting on fentanyl in a few weeks and working hand in hand on that. Secretary Noem
It's
spoke to
almost
them.
like these
But the
meetings are
results
just
of this
meetings
last
to
month
just
have been historic.
praise Donald
As
Trump.
the president said, in the last month, think about this, 3,200, more than 3,200 violent gangs and drug dealers have been taken
Just tweet something
off
positive
the
so the markets. Yeah, it's so
off
crazy
the
that this
streets.
market's in that
Now,
situation
Director
at the moment.
Patel and all of these agencies
It's
have
tweet
also
related.
been
It's
working
hilarious.
so hard on getting the leadership. But we are getting all the gang members off the streets and the drug dealers, Sinaloa, CJNG, MS-13, and more, TDA.
Here we go, Venezuela. Yeah.
91 tons
I knew that was what it was
of
gonna be about.
drugs have been seized as a result of this task force. We tried to put this in perspective for you. This would be filling 4 18-wheelers. 4. All the drugs just in the last month that have been taken
Is
off
that
the
it?
street.
They're not doing a good job.
58,000 kilos of cocaine. Think about a big backyard
Only
swimming
4
pool.
in the whole of America.
1.5 swimming pools. Just the powder cocaine that has been removed, saving lives this last
Oh,
month.
man, they're
thanks
doing
to
well.
all of these people around the table. 2,300
Is that all they've
kilos
captured? Are you
of fentanyl
joking?
powder and 2.1
That's just
million
LA.
fentanyl
That's
pills.
just that's like
All
one club in
the
LA
streets.
a month
And
worth
as the
of.
president said, more than 1,000
What are you
illegal
talking about?
guns. The Biden administration
God, that's
was
not-
for
that's
way
not nothing
too
to be
long,
proud
all
of.
These great law enforcement officers surrounding the table were not able to do their jobs. What they've said is now they've been uncuffed. They can do their jobs now.
They're just
We've
praising
been
each other,
watching
blah blah blah. It's so
transnational
true.
gangs
No,
grow in
no,
our country,
that word
become
clue. It's true.
organized,
Alvarez alone.
set up
No,
infrastructure
just shut
in
up, Astro
all
Bits.
of
I don't know
our
what you're talking about. I
states,
don't
but
do
no
any of that.
longer under President Trump.
I'm just,
we are
you know,
destroying
life
the
is my thing.
infrastructure, and we're no longer on defense. All of these great men and women
Something
are on
like that.
offense. So they
I
better
can't
get
read
ready.
any of your
We're
comments, bro.
dismantling the
I
cartels,
can't read
and
it.
we
It's
are
impossible.
taking the leaders into custody and all
Trump
of the
paid her to
gangs.
pay these words. No,
We
I
are
think
going to
she's
supercharge this work. This is
only
not
Antwerp,
a
Belgium,
pilot
they catch
program.
100,000
This is
kilos.
permanent. We are here to
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that.
Secretary Hegseth,
Full
we couldn't do
containers
this
ain't that
without you
much,
and the
man.
Department of War. Thank you all so much for everything you're doing around this table, working tirelessly. And
Does she
President
have a
Trump, thank
necklace
you
with
for giving
the
them
American
ability
flag
to
on it?
do
Oh my lord.
Very much. Thank you.
Mr. President, since the year 2000, we have lost over 1 million
Trump loves
Americans
Blondie.
to
No,
drugs, to
Blondie's got nothing to do with
overdoses,
it.
to these cartels that have proliferated that kind
Christie
of a
is,
disease on our people and have gone to war with our
Christie
next
is,
generation of Americans. When you signed the executive order that was
Has everyone
protecting
seen
the American
Christie?
people from invasion, what you did is that you took these cartels and gangs that we've known
Hey,
for
Christie, how you
decades and
doing?
you declared them to be what they really are, and that's terrorists. You declared war on them, and you didn't say we were just going to fight them. You said we were going to destroy them. And everybody around this table is so honored to be here to work with you to destroy these terrorists that
Well, that
have
was all
been
very
killing
fascinating. I
Americans
mean, it would
for
be really
years
fascinating
and
if
getting
you-
rich
if
off
you-
of it. I'm so proud of the
you saw
work that was
Christie.
done
Christie is
just in the
the-
September surge. You referenced that earlier. We had over 400 operations that went down in those first
He'll
43
tweet something
days
bad
of
after
the
this room to
Homeland
keep us
Security
up.
Task Force in operations.
Give her a mega hat,
That
Chris.
brought, as Pam referenced, 3,200 terrorists to justice, got them off the streets. Sir, we also have had over precursors and chemicals that were brought in. We've had the work at the southern border. We've got Border Patrol here at the table with you. Fentanyl has been cut down by 50% coming into this country over our borders. We've continued to work not just nationally, but internationally and on our maritime borders as well. The ICE agents that have so much violence against them and threats against them, sir, they get up every day ready to
There's a
work with
reason
this
why the
task
ICE
force
agents have
to
so
be
much
able to
threats
keep
against
people
them.
safe. And then we've got
Because
Coast
they
Guard
go
who's
and
been doing
collect people from,
just
like,
a ton
Costco.
of our incredible interdictions
Always
out on the
all these
seas and the
propaganda
waters
bodies
in
around them
cooperation
nowadays. Yeah,
with
it's true. It's getting
operations that
crazy.
you've
You're right,
targeted in the
Philip. It's so
Caribbean with
true.
the Department of War. And sir, I just want to thank you for the leadership you put
Trump
at
is
this
trying to
table,
he's
for your
trying to
cabinet
stay
members, for
awake.
Stephen Miller, for putting this in place to make sure that
I
what
just
you
want the
did
question
when
and
you
answers.
consolidated
They're not going to ask
the
a single
Homeland
question about what they're
Security
talking about.
Task
I'll
Force,
promise you
took
that.
1,000 other task forces that were already established in the federal government, and you streamlined them into this room. into this group right here so that we can look at each other in the face every day.
It's a
and say, what's
hand-picked
our
group,
problem?
people.
How do we address it?
Donald
How
Trump
do we
picked
fix
this
it?
group.
And then we go to work together with our arms linked to do exactly what
Christie.
you told us to do. And that's not just protect the American people from invasion, but to kill these terrorists. You gave us the task to eliminate them, destroy them, so that they can't
Hey,
destroy the next
Christie.
generation of Americans. So thank you, sir. Thank you for the people you put around
Thank
this
you
table.
very
Is
much.
the going
That's a
back to
great
her?
job. Thank you.
That watch my video
Yes, sir.
afterwards. There's a
Thank
lot
you,
of
Mr. President, for
orange
your
bones on the
leadership.
table.
Chief, likewise, Tulsi and Todd and Dan and Pam and Christy and Stephen and Cash. I mean, I could go around the table. From the Department of War, we are thankful and grateful for the incredible effort that your agencies put in. And we could not be more proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. Not superficially, not kind of over here, but front and center on the Homeland Security Task Force.
Christie was a
right there
government,
with you, because
North or
our
South Dakota.
department has spent
She's
over
not a
2
nobody.
decades
She's just very pretty.
defending other homelands.
And pretty
And we're
with
very proud to be defending
intelligence
our
is
own. And
even
if you
more
talk to
like,
the troops
damn.
down, say, on the southwest border, Mr. President, morale is sky high and continues to be because they're proud to
I
be
just
defending
wonder
their own
how-
communities, their own state, and their own country. So
You
when that
know,
executive
I
order
just
was
wonder how
signed,
they,
the mission
how
was clear,
stupid they feel
protecting
when
the
they say
American
the
people
Department of
against
War. Like, how
invasion.
stupid does
And
that
so the
sound?
Department of War went straight to the southwest border. We still have 10,000 troops there. We have national defense areas. We're standing alongside the Border Patrol, and we've locked that border down, 100% control of the southwest border. You stop the invasion. And then we're
They are
proud to be
tooting
going
each
on the
other's
offense.
horns. It's crazy, man.
Counter-cartel operations. And it's not counter-cartel, as was mentioned. These are designated terrorist organizations.
It's kind of
Foreign
making me
terrorist
think, like,
organizations.
what
Our
is the
generation
actual
spent
point
the
of
better
these
part 2
meetings?
decades
Am I
hunting
missing something?
Al-Qaeda, hunting ISIS. Well, as the president said, this is the ISIS, this is the Al-Qaeda of the Western Hemisphere. They intimidate, they terrorize, they extort, they poison.
What it
the
makes me
American
feel
people.
like
The president's
is
right.
that-
Every boat we strike is 25,000 Americans whose lives are saved because of the drugs that were headed in our direction.
What it makes
So
me
our
feel
message
like is
to
that,
these foreign terrorist organizations is
they
we will
do
treat
this
you like we have
when
treated
they're about to
Al-Qaeda.
do something very
We will find
questionable.
you, we will map your networks, we will hunt you down, and we will kill you. And you've seen that
I
evidence
need to move
in the
the
maritime
chat.
domain,
One second.
whether it's in the Caribbean or in the Pacific with the last 2
There, right in the
strikes.
middle.
We know
Bow.
exactly who these people are. We know what networks
Look,
they
Donald
work
Trump is
with,
looking
what
at our
foreign
chat.
terrorist organizations they're a part of. We know where they're going, where they originated from, what they're carrying.
Guys, you have your
And they know we
moment.
know.
He's looking at the chat. He's
That
not
will soon
anymore.
start to change the
He's not anymore.
calculus of these boats. So the critique of this is, of course, as often is the case.
He's
with
looking
all,
at his
we know
Sheikh's
our
message.
authorities
He's looking
in
at Sheikh's message
Loctite,
right now.
And we're going to treat them like foreign terrorist organizations on the offense. So the Department of War is not going to degrade or just simply arrest. We're going to defeat and destroy these terrorist organizations to defend the homeland on behalf of the American people, making the jobs
Someone
of law
give him a
enforcement
bed. Yeah, I know, it
safer
does
in the
seem that way.
process, making the communities of Americans safer in the process. We think it's a very
Look, Sheikh,
core
he
mission,
liked it.
of
Look,
the
he's
Department of
nodding.
War. We're proud to be here, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Pete. Thank you. Tulsi, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. The key reason that you are hearing about these incredible effects is, number one, the team that you've assembled here and the leadership and the tone that you have set, first and foremost, about keeping the American people safe.
I can't
The
believe that
intelligence
Tulsi is
community
talking
plays a
like this as
critical
well.
role in being able to
My,
support our law enforcement at the federal, state, and local level to make sure
It's
that they are
getting very,
armed with
very tiring
actionable
right now.
intelligence to be able to actually go after those who threaten the safety and security
They've been doing
of the
questionable
American people.
since
Mr.
day
President,
one.
under your
Yeah, I know
leadership,
it
for the
seems that way.
first time, there is a newly created National Intelligence Fusion Cell at the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, National Counterterrorism, that has a very simple purpose: to make sure that we have two-way intelligence sharing of actionable information between the intelligence community
He's looking like
and
Sleepy
law
Joe for a
enforcement. I
moment.
want
He
to
does,
talk
right?
briefly about 3 successes
That's
that
true,
we've
stuff
had
it,
just
man.
here in the last few weeks, Mr. President, through the success of this interagency
Tulsi kind of looks like
fusion
that.
cell.
What was
Just this
that?
last week,
That
our
superhero
National Counterterrorism Center supported
series.
through actionable intelligence
like she
to
threw, like,
both US
electricity
law
from her hand.
enforcement as well as Mexican law enforcement, the arrest of a Sinaloa cartel boss, El Plato in Juarez,
Rouge.
Mexico, as well as his top
Rouge?
3 money
maybe.
launderers. In a separate and recent successful interagency operation, NCTC worked
Not
closely
Wonder
with
Wo-
the U.S.
not Wonder
Marshal
Woman,
Service
you know, what was it?
that led to the arrest of another dangerous Sinaloa cartel
No, not
member
Flash, no, I'll tell you.
responsible for tracking
you who she
huge
looks like.
amounts of cocaine and hundreds of thousands of dollars in this single incident with drug proceeds through his network. And I'll say the last example I'll share is probably the most insidious, was providing intelligence to the Mexican law enforcement that led to the arrest of a CJNG cartel-affiliated baby trafficker called La Diabla. Her whole money-making operation was centered around luring pregnant women, performing illegal C-sections, harvesting organs, and selling newborn babies. Mr. President, it's your leadership that has made all of this possible. I can tell you, in the midst of this government shutdown, our folks, like everyone around this table, are working 24/7 without pay and eager to get after this because they believe in your leadership and the mission that you have presented to them. Thank you, Mr. President. I'll hand this off to Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller, the leader of this task force.
Let me just say, Mr. President, that this country was going to die without you. This country was going to actually die without you. That's what we were facing in 2024. We've been invaded for 4 years. Our communities were sinking. Our public safety had gone to zero. Cartels were running entire communities. Sex trafficking, child trafficking, labor trafficking was out of control. Overdoses were out of control. The cartels were claiming more and more territory. City services were buckling. This was a country on the verge of dying. And you alone saved it. And when you stepped forward originally in 2016, you started the
Tulsi
movement
Gabbard looks like Stormfront
to
from
Make America
The
Great
Boys.
Again. And that means make America great again in every way. And that means safety and prosperity and peace and freedom from cartels and crime and gangs. And your vision and your leadership in declaring war on the drug cartels is the single
Why
most
are they
successful
buttering?
public
It's just
safety
Donald
initiative
Trump
in
in
American
101.
history. And I need the media to
Storm or
understand what
Rouge from
President
it.
Trump
Yeah,
has
yeah,
done.
it could be Rouge, yeah.
We've
Rogue,
been
you mean, not
talking about
Rouge.
drug cartels for longer than I've been alive. And everyone has just taken for granted that they can't be touched or stopped. They're too big, they're too powerful, they're too evil, they're
Rouge
too
from
murderous.
X-Men.
They can operate with impunity. And in just 9 months,
Jeez.
President Trump is the
That's
only
terrible.
American leader, not just in our lifetimes, but ever,
3
to
more years
actually
of
take
this.
the fight
Yeah, I
to the
know.
drug cartels, to actually seek their eradication.
Not even
And it is happening.
Northern Korea.
And
Yeah,
so while
I know.
the
I know.
Democrats are shutting the government down and fighting for free health care for illegal aliens, look at what
Make
President
Christie
Trump has
mean.
assembled here.
All right,
He's
man.
assembled a team under his vision, direction, and leadership that is saving hundreds of thousands of lives. Hundreds of thousands of lives. And only President Trump could have done this. And I will say one last thing, which is that his courage has been an inspiration to everyone else.
It's
in this
getting
room. There are people in this
average.
room.
Why always
that
on
look
your
at, for
lives?
example,
I
Israel
don't
lives
know,
who have
man.
been
It's getting to a
relentlessly
point
doxxed
right
and
now
harassed and
where
threatened. But when they see President Trump's courage,
where
what he's
it's
been
it's
through for
it's
10
too
years
much.
to save America, when they came after his family,
too much.
his businesses, his safety, his freedom, everyone at this table knows we can give whatever it takes to get the mission done. So
What
President
worries
Trump, thank
me
you for
is
your
that
leadership,
if this
your
is the way
boldness,
that
your
people
courage,
talk
and
to
your
Donald
vision, we're honored
Trump,
to serve underneath you.
who is the person that's
Well, I wanna
trying
thank
to
you, Stephen, and I have
to say, hey,
that,
you
know,
might be doing the wrong
I'm
thing
making
here?
the rounds. I'm leaving tomorrow for some very big meetings, including with the president of China.
China.
Where I think we're going to come out very well, and everyone's going to be very happy. But everybody said the same thing. A year ago, we had a dead country. We were a dead country. We really were in
Did
a
we?
lot of ways. Not just this. We were dead as doornails on this.
Did
but,
we? Was
we
America
were
really?
a
Really?
country
Was
that
it?
was in serious trouble, and beyond that.
Was it?
And we have the hottest country anywhere in the world right now. The whole world
Telling
is
you,
talking about it.
giant-
We have the hottest country
I can't
anywhere
read
in the
that,
world.
man.
We're
That's
going to
true.
clear up this crime
Oh,
in
it
our
came.
cities.
It was
We can
actually
do it
across his
quickly,
face.
too.
Oh, that sounds
They
even
showed
worse.
how quickly we could do it in D.C. It was a real bad place. It was a
Oh,
real
man,
mess.
that sounded
Dirty,
bad.
filthy, disgusting, graffiti all over the place.
Yeah.
Tents on every ounce of parks that we had. Just
I wish I could
disgusting.
fast forward it, man.
And I rode
I
around
just want to get to the
last
question and
weekend. I
answers
rode
bit, if
around
there
the
is going to
city.
be one.
I felt very safe in that car, but you know, I would have done it without it. I wouldn't need that car so much anymore, I will tell you. But the place was
Your
clean.
numb are tanking. Why?
We've
My
started that
numb are
also.
tanking.
Not only law and order, but the cleanliness is important. I think
Everyone's going
cleanliness
to be
is almost
very
a part
happy
of
by
law and
the-
order. If you see dirty,
Yeah.
disgusting streets and potholes all over the place and railings falling down and graffiti all over the marble, beautiful statuary
it's
marble
getting
columns,
painful
those
right now.
Gorgeous columns where they had graffiti. It's all gone.
Please say something.
And I think it's a part
That's
of it.
not
I really
just
do. I
praising
think it's a big
yourself.
part
Any
of it.
piece of new
But
information,
we have a
please.
city that we can be proud of. We're going to be that way with every city we have. That's why with San Francisco, I wish them luck, but we could do it so much faster. I told the mayor, I love what you're doing. I respect it, and I respect the people that are doing it. They're the biggest people in the country. They're the biggest people in the world. A lot of the high tech. Some people like them, some people don't. But
Thing
they're
is,
smart,
I want to
and
close
they
it. I
wanna do
really
it. And
want
I
to
said,
close
I am
it.
so honored to let you
just-
do it. And if it
I
doesn't
just
work out,
can't-
we'll do it for you very quickly. But I just want to thank the people around this table are amazing. Cash, please go ahead.
Mr. President, I'll just keep it short, but I think
doubt
what
that.
the media should realize is the amount of courage it takes to do this. And you led that mission. You led it during your campaign, and you brought it to the American people. I think the media should
Stop
focus on some of
talking,
these numbers the Attorney
please.
General just riled off. Those aren't numbers, those are lives. Lives saved by the millions, the millions. Enough, excuse me, enough fentanyl to kill over 200 million Americans, gone, evaporated off our streets permanently. Your vision to safeguard American freedoms and our children and our future
Man,
is
I
the
might
most
call it-
courageous
this
thing
is
I've ever seen a
waffling's
president
going
of the
on for
United
all
States
night.
ever do. And your
It's the
ability
que-
to
so they're
marshal
gonna
it
ask
out
him
in
questions for
8
sure.
months, in 8 months, these statistics would have taken other administrations decades. And the partnership that you see around the table, I just want to, sum it up with the following. When I call these folks around the table, when I call our state and local law enforcement partners who have been absolutely critical to this mission, when Stephen Miller called me and said, we're going to create the Homeland
can't
Security
read
Task
any of
Force, and
those
the
words.
FBI and DHS are going to co-lead it, I said, absolutely. The country's been yearning for this and needing it. And the one
That's
thing I
true,
see
but yeah,
different
yeah,
than any other
hilarious,
administration
man.
is when I call these people, they pick up. I don't get a voicemail. When I make an ask,
Great
they
to meet
answer,
you at
and
the
same is
event
true.
yesterday.
And so the FBI is playing a pivotal role in your administration.
We met?
Helping lead out this mission, and Stephen's vision has finally come to life. And instead of
Oh, we
attacking
met?
people
Wait,
at this
where did we
table,
meet?
maybe the media should go out there and talk to the lives that have been saved forever, and the communities that have been safeguarded, because it takes courage
At least
to do that. It
200%
takes
tariffs.
courage to implement that plan, and it takes a president and President Trump to put a leadership team like this together. We are actual friends, and I know the media doesn't want to call us that, but we do that. We do hang out. We do work together. It's a 24/7,
Was I everything that you
365 mission
expected?
that doesn't turn off, Mr.
Was I-
President.
was I
and as
the-
Stephen said, we're inspired by your leadership,
Did I-
and this country's
did I
thankful
change your
for
life,
these 8
man?
months, and I can't wait to see what the next 4 years looks like.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Cash. Great job. Todd, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. The number that I think
He likes to talk
matters-
crap. No, oh, I don't know. Maybe we did meet. I don't know. I met a lot of people
3,000
the other day.
3,266 terrorists have been taken off the streets in 2 months. And for each of those arrests, there's anywhere from between 4 to 20 law enforcement agents, federal, state, and local, executing those arrests. And that means every one of them are putting their lives on the line to make these arrests, to make our communities safer. And so what I will say to them is thank you, but also what I will say to them is that to the extent that there are politicians, as recently
It's
as today,
getting worse and worse.
suggesting they are doing something wrong.
It's
We have
getting worse and
governors,
worse.
district
It's
attorneys,
not stopping.
mayors, and even congresswomen
It's not
suggesting that
stopping.
our federal law enforcement and the state and local law enforcement that are helping them are doing something wrong. That is
It's like a
disgusting
presentation in school
and something that we will
didn't-
not tolerate.
So
that every day Attorney General Bondi and I talk with all of our
It's-
partners, making sure that they know.
it's
that
literally
any one
like
of our federal agents,
it-
our state,
they're
or local
trying to
agents
get
working
you know
under
when
the
they're trying to like
HSTF
schmooze a
banner are
donor.
even
It's
touched
is that that
by
level at the
any of
moment.
these terrorists or rioters. They will be
I
prosecuted
think
for
the-
the fullest extent of the law. When politicians
it.
aid these terrorists by trying to give them comfort or protection or suggesting that somehow our men and women are doing the wrong thing,
Oh
same
man,
problem. We will not tolerate it. Mr.
something's
President.
coming.
So
I'm not
thank
not
you to all
talking.
of our state and local
Stop it, you guys.
men and women that are
This is
helping
being
us,
recorded,
and
man.
our
Stop.
federal law enforcement officers that are literally putting their lives on the line every single day.
Oh, man,
we will
it's
always
terrible.
protect you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Yeah,
very
Dave,
much.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
A really good job you're doing, too. Thank you. Any questions, maybe
Up,
pertaining...
up! Here we go. Here we
How about
go.
pertaining to this for a little while?
Here we go. CZ question. Come on,
Would you
CZ
have any
question.
questions of these incredible people?
They're not gonna ask
go ahead.
anything about what you guys talked about. Come on.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Good to see you. If I could just ask both of you, including Secretary Hegseth, there's reporting the U.S. just sent B-1 bombers near Venezuela to ramp up some military pressure there. Is that accurate? And can you tell us more about that
No,
mission?
it's not accurate. No,
Good.
it's
Good
false.
answer. Good answer.
They're,
All right.
not happy with Venezuela for a lot of reasons, drugs being one of them, but also they've been sending
Here we go.
prisoners into our country for years under the Biden administration. Not anymore. We have a closed border.
They are all
And
inside
actually
here. There's a lot of
nobody
them. Yeah.
For the last 4 months, I guess 5 months.
Say
they
it, Orange
they
Man.
report nothing. They report zero. I don't know if that can be possible, but we'll accept it, right, fellas? But we have closed borders. We have people coming into our country, but they only come in legally. We have the strongest borders we've ever had. We might have the strongest borders of almost any nation right now, and that's a big difference from what it was
with the
2
lungs
years
open.
ago when
Interesting.
everybody was pouring in. But we're very unhappy with Venezuela.
And the way it closes is
because
short,
of what
apparently.
they've done. They've emptied their prisons into our country. Nobody can do that. Only a stupid person would have accepted it, and that's what we had running our country. Very stupid people. So we're not happy with Venezuela, I will tell you. Yeah.
Mr. President, thank you, President
Yeah,
Trump.
go ahead. You okay?
Yes. On fentanyl.
We're going to lose
Sorry
him.
about that. On fentanyl.
We have some good medical help.
He is funny, though. I'll give you that.
On fentanyl, according to CDC data, nearly 330,000 Americans died over the past 5 years from fentanyl. That's 1 in every 1,000 Americans who died.
It's more than that, but it's all right.
Yes,
It's
I know
more.
you think it's even more.
I'll be discussing that with President
Yes,
Xi.
so that's actually my question.
I figured it
I
was.
was wondering, since it mostly comes from China and has caused such carnage in the U.S.,
Yeah.
what are you going to say to convey the seriousness? And also, a
Oh,
second
no.
question for you or Secretary
Oh,
Henseth.
no.
Is there any evidence that China is now smuggling fentanyl through Venezuela to bypass U.S. and Mexican port
Oh,
controls?
no. Don't say something
They are
about
doing
tariffs.
that, yes.
Don't
But
say
they,
it.
Are paying right now 20% tariff.
Oh,
on
no.
fentanyl. That's billions.
No,
and
no, no,
billions
no,
of
no, no,
dollars
no.
That they're paying. We're actually on November 1st. The tariff on China goes to 157%, which is record-setting territory, and we don't want that because it's not sustainable for them. They can't sustain that. We don't want them to have to go through that. So I'm meeting with President Xi, and I would say we have some big issues, like with the farmers
Say
and
something
various
positive,
other
please.
things. But the first question I'm going to be asking
Please
about
say
is
something positive.
fentanyl.
Please.
And if you
Please.
think about it, they make $100 million. Think of this. They make $100 million selling fentanyl into our country. $100 million. They lose $100 billion with the 20% tariff. So it's not a good business proposition. It's $100 billion approximately that they have to pay. That's a big penalty to make $100 million. So I think they want to do something. They want to put it on the list. It's on the list. It's one of the things we're talking about, and I'm putting it right at the front of the list. So they pay a very big penalty for doing that, and I don't think they want to be doing it. And we'll see what happens at the end of next week, because I'll be meeting next week, as you know, along with we're stopping in Malaysia, we're stopping in South Korea, we're stopping in Japan. I'm meeting with President Xi actually in South Korea. So it'll be the first thing on the list. Yeah, please.
On the drug boats, sir, has there been any discussion about capturing one so that you can show the amount of narcotics?
Jennifer, we know everything.
Okay, nothing
about
new.
them.
Nothing new. Okay, good.
We
Nothing new is
know
good.
where they're
Nothing
coming
new is
from,
good new.
Who they're coming with, generally who's in the boat. I'll let Pete discuss it a little bit, but they have incredible intelligence. And, you know, usually when you see 5 engines, I've never even seen that before, but when you see 5 engines on a boat going about 65 miles an hour, loaded up with white powder in silver
I think that's
cases,
going to be a deal. Yeah, it's
generally
unsustainable.
speaking, that's
When he
not a
says for
good
them,
sign.
it's for both of them.
They're not going fishing, right? And you don't see any fishing rods, right? So, Pete, I'll let you discuss that a little bit, please.
Well, yes, sir. Likewise, generally you don't see fishing in submarines either, sir. So the U.S. military, as I mentioned, nobody better in the world at mapping networks, identifying who's connected to who inside terrorist organizations. It's just the media is used to hearing that when it pertains to Afghanistan and Iraq and ISIS and Al-Qaeda. But if you reframe how you understand the world in our own hemisphere, that's exactly what these foreign terrorist organizations are. And so we will track them, we will map them, we will network them, and we will hunt them and kill them because they're trying to and they are killing and poisoning the American people. And inside that, we have all the license necessary, all the authorities necessary to take these kinetic strikes.
They'll make a
and we'll
deal.
continue.
Yeah.
And we've been, you know, just to add, because I think it's important, we've been capturing them for years. You know, it's not like, gee, let's capture one. We've been doing that for years, for 25 years we've been doing it. Not at a level like we're doing it now, I mean, just with the hits we're hitting, but we have much more intensity than any administration's ever had. But we've been capturing these boats for years, and they get back into the system and they do it again and again and again. And they don't fear that. They have no fear.
Well,
The thing I
obviously they
can tell
don't
you
fear it
right
because
now,
you only
it's very
captured,
hard to
what, 4
find any
containers worth of their
floating
stuff.
vessel right now on the Pacific or in the
That's
Gulf.
baked into the numbers, bruv.
I would like to call it by its
You know what I
official name,
mean?
the Gulf of
Lamont
America.
knows. He'll explain it.
Another little triumph of the Trump administration.
I love you, bro.
I said
Messing
for
around.
years, I said, why do we call it the Gulf of Mexico? It's 93%. The shoreline is 93%. All right, so I never understood that. So I made that change. I never realized how easy that was going to be. Other than
Only 3 more
I guess
hours.
AP fought us in court,
And
and the judge said. But that's
He
the
almost
name.
said something bad. He almost
Actually,
said something
they were sort
bad.
of
Almost
semi-prohibited
said
from
something
even
bad.
covering us after that. It was pretty amazing. But we have the Gulf of America, and there are very few boats, very few boats, not even fishing boats, to be honest. I don't want to do that to the fishing industry, but it's been so effective. And our sea drugs, as they call them, they use the term sea drugs, the drugs coming in by sea,
Really, I couldn't have guessed
are
that.
like 5% of what they were a year ago, less than 5%. So now they're coming in by land.
Still
And
secret.
even the land is concerned because I told them that's going to be next. You know, the land is going to be next. And we may go to the Senate, we may go to the, Congress and tell them about it. But I can't imagine they'd have any problem with it. I think, in fact, while we're here, I think it's a good idea, Pete. You go to Congress, you tell them about it. What are they going to do? Say, gee, we don't want to stop drugs pouring in. They're killing 300,000 people a year. I think that's the real number, 300,000 people a year. So between that and my discussion
You know,
with
when Donald
President
Trump
Xi, I
says
think
numbers, does
we have never
anyone
made
believe him?
progress like we've made.
Anyone?
The sea drugs are almost dead, and they can't come in that fast from the land. And the land drugs are much more dangerous for them. It's going to be much more dangerous. You'll be seeing that soon. So
Eric,
that's
I'll
the way
explain it. There
is.
was a whale
Go ahead.
stabbed the group.
Yeah, go ahead, please. With the glasses, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Good.
I wanted to ask, what's your reaction to
Absolutely
Representative
not,
Dan
yeah.
Goldman calling on NYPD to arrest ICE agents who he says are acting illegally? He says they are illegally assaulting people and illegally detaining people at immigration courts in New York.
Well, I know Dan, and Dan's a loser. You understand. He's a guy that doesn't have what it takes. He's been trying so hard. And they're exhausted. I mean, it's so ridiculous, right? A suggestion like that. So,
Oh,
they're
God,
just
that
trying
was
so
amazing.
hard, and it's not working.
That was amazing.
They've even now.
I know
started
Dan. He's a
imitating
loser.
me, of all people, they want to imitate me, and they start using foul language, but they use too much of it. You can't
Oh,
use
man.
the F word 7
Oh,
times
man.
in one
This is being
sentence.
said
It doesn't work.
on
It
national
might
TV.
work once every
There are
7
mi-
conferences,
There are
but you
millions
can't
of
do
people
it.
watching.
You can't do it 7 times in one sentence, so I don't know. They're really
There are,
they're in big trouble.
there are
But
millions
go
of
ahead.
people. This is the president of the United
Some alleged smugglers have survived some of these recent strikes and been sent back
President
to
of
their
the
home
United
country.
States, man.
If they're terrorists, why not just arrest and detain them?
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
That's amazing.
2 points on that. First, when I served in Iraq in
Why can't I
2005
type?
and 2006,
I just
we
read
used
you
to,
typing that.
in sort of a gallows humor way, talk about the Iraqi
God, that was
catch and
absolutely
release
hilarious.
program. The
Oh, man,
reality
that
is we
made-
catch a lot of people, hand them over,
Man,
and then
dang,
they
he's
be
just-
recycled back
he's
through.
a
We have to
loser.
recapture them or attack them
He's a
again.
loser.
And that's why changing the dynamic and actually taking kinetic
Yeah, that's
strikes on
amazing.
these boats ought change the psychology of these foreign terrorist organizations. To those two that survived the shot on the
He is funny. I'll give you that.
it's
just,
think again, compared to Iraq
sometimes
and
you want
Afghanistan, the vast
the funny man
majority
to
of
run the
people
most
we
powerful
captured on
country in the
battlefield,
world is
we
another
handed
question.
over to the home country. Did we always like how it shaped out? Sometimes we did, sometimes we did not. But 99% would go to the Afghan authorities or the Iraqi authorities. So in
As
this
he actually-
case,
he hasn't
those
said
two, they were
anything.
treated
Forget
by
positive.
American medics
He has said
and handed immediately
nothing.
over to their countries where they came from, hopefully to face prosecution, which is a very standard
Right
way
now,
of
it's
handling
like
something this.
Donald Trump is in full blown,
We've
like,
got protocol of how we'll handle it.
make the granddad happy mode.
Not that guy. He's so hopeless. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yesterday, there was a vote at the Knesset on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Could you say that louder, please?
Yes, yesterday there was a vote at the Knesset in Israel on annexing the West Bank. Do you see it as a challenge to your peace efforts?
Will you answer that, please? Because I cannot understand the words you're saying. Where are you from? Where are you from?
A
You're from France, beautiful accent, but we can't understand what you're saying.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Is this guy real? Is this guy real?
The West Bank is, don't worry about the West Bank. Israel's not going to do anything with the West Bank, okay? Don't worry about it. Is that your question? They're not going to do anything with the West Bank. Don't worry about it. Israel's doing very well. They're not going to do anything with it. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. Are there any safeguards in place to protect Americans from fentanyl and cartels when you leave office in 2028? Any protocols that could be put in place in case a future administration comes in that wants open borders? And I also have a question.
We don't understand what you're saying.
As well, after your answer,
Well, the
that's
biggest
okay.
thing we can do is make sure they
Wow.
don't come in.
Wow.
Because open borders, they would destroy. It's amazing that our country is even surviving with what we went through.
That's a
Coming in
wow
by the
moment.
millions.
Honestly,
And
truly
coming
wow
in
moment.
from the wrong places. You know, I know all these people that run these countries, and they're smart. They're very street smart, and they're not sending their best. You know, they're not sending.
It's not boring
they're
anymore.
taking them
Yeah.
out of their prisons
I
and their
kind of feel like we need to
institutions, as I
come
say,
at
over
the
and
end
over
of the
again.
conference.
They're the drug dealers.
Just
They're
wow,
the drug
thinking
addicts.
she upset.
They're people that don't work.
As funny as it is, but
the
don't
best of
forget
them
that
are
this
people
guy is
that don't
in
work.
charge of the
They don't
most
work.
powerful
They're on
military on
welfare,
the
their
planet.
form
Yeah,
of
I know.
welfare, which is tiny. You
It's
know what their
bittersweet.
form of welfare? They give you a
That
piece
was our
of
last
paper.
interview. Yeah, but she's not even in the room.
But they want people that work. They
She's
don't
been
let those
ejected
people
from the
come in
room
because they want those people.
instantaneously.
You know, they cherish those people. Those are the people that make their country run. They give us all of the people that don't work and are murderers. 11,843 murderers came in. 11,800. Many of them committed, more than 50% committed more than one murder. Now, why do we want them? Why would Biden and that group of thugs that he had working for him, why would they accept these people? Why would he accept? Nobody understands it. You know, they say maybe they wanted the vote, but I did great with the Hispanic vote, but these are people from all over the world. Why would they do it? So one
I
question,
don't think the 4-year
no matter
cycle
what
thing.
I do, I can't, you always like to know
Graphs
the
don't work that
opponent.
way, man.
You have an opponent. What
Baron
are they
needs to get
getting
paid
at? And
a
usually
drop.
you can. Why would
The
they
stream
allow
is on the
20
tube.
million,
Is
maybe
it
25
lagging?
million people into this country, almost all of which, but most of
is
which
it
should
lagging?
not have
Guys,
been
is it
allowed
lagging?
into our country? It's one of the great enigmas. What they've done to this country should never be forgotten in history. Should never ever be forgotten. And now it looks like
No,
we're
it's
going to
good,
have
yeah.
a communist
Maybe it's
mayor in New
Real
York.
Monkey,
That'll
maybe
be a
it's
lot
your
of
one.
fun. But remember this: they have to go through the White House.
Is anyone else on the
Yeah,
tube
please,
lagging?
go ahead.
The founder of
Oh, yeah.
Binance. Can you explain why you chose to pardon him? And did
Oh,
it have anything to do with
Which one?
your
Who is
family's-
that?
The founder of Binance. He
Oh
has a
my God.
involvement in your own
The
family's
recent
crypto
one, yes.
business.
Oh my God! Wait,
I
wait!
believe we're talking about the same person because I do pardon a lot of people.
Wait,
I don't know
wait,
who
wait,
was
wait.
recommended by a lot of people. A lot of people say that. Are you talking about the crypto person? A lot of people say that he wasn't guilty of anything. He served 4 months in jail, and they say that he was not guilty of anything. That what he did. Well, you don't know much about crypto. You know nothing about. You know nothing about nothing. You're fake news. But let me just tell you that he was somebody that, as I was told, I
You
don't
know
know,
nothing about
I
nothing.
don't believe I've ever met him, but I've been told by a lot of support. He had a lot of support, and they said that what he did.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're actually getting this.
That he was persecuted by the Biden administration, and so I gave him a pardon at the request of a lot of very good people. Yeah, please. Yes, Daniel.
Thank you so much.
I want to look at the graph so badly.
This is the kind of question I like.
Yeah,
right here.
the numbers from this task force are jaw-dropping.
If the market holds next week, I'm buying everything from Binance. Everything.
What are the lessons
Everything
to
you can
be
possibly
learned
imagine.
from the success of the task force, and what
Anything
are
on
your
the BNB chain.
continued goals with this task force?
In fact, I
now
might
that
buy
you have about
BNB
3
chain
years
now.
left?
Well, the best thing we have going is we have such talent around this table. I could go over every one of these men and women, and we have unbelievable talent. They've got the naturals, you know,
What's
like
she-
somebody that hits a baseball or a golf ball, or
What she-
you know, that you see more. It's more evident. It's beautiful because it's sports. You can
What-
tell somebody.
what you know about
right away,
crypto?
Are they
You
good
know
or are they not?
nothing
These
about
people are the
crypto.
most talented
Fake
people at what they
news.
do, and when we started talking about this, Stephen and all of us,
Fake news.
it seems so easy. What
I already
what
long
is
hair style.
surprising to me is how quickly we
Instantaneously.
can straighten out a large city, a big city, a mean city, a city that's sick, that got very
hilarious.
sick with guns all over the place, with bullets shooting all over. Where you take your life in your
down right now.
hands
Let's
if you
see
go
what's
out and
happening.
buy
I
a
don't know
loaf
what's
of
going on.
bread. That's not America. That's not our country. And those people don't care
God,
how you
he's
do it.
such
They
a
just
child. He
want it
gets so
done.
angry
They
on the
really
thing.
do. You know, when you go to the people in the street, they don't know. Is it National Guard? They just want it done. They want to be safe. And
How long is this
we've
going to
gained
last,
a great
man?
following of
I'm kind of getting tired. I
Americans,
don't think
real
there's going to be another
Americans,
crypto
people
question.
that want to be safe. But I think the biggest thing we say is we have tremendous talent. We were able to recognize,
I don't
like
know
a
how
football
people
team, like a
sitting next to
baseball
him,
team,
don't break
we
out
were
in
able to
laughter.
recognize
His
the
speech is well
talent.
good,
And
so
the
yeah, I don't
talent
see.
is
Crazy
largely
hilarious.
in this room for the whole
Bybit or
country.
Binance,
It's
Mantle,
largely
BNB.
in this room. There's
I don't know. We'll
really
see.
nothing like it.
I'm going to be checking
And
out
that's
some BNB
why
stuff next week.
I think we had DC done,
I think if it
not
holds next week,
perfectly,
BNB is
but
going to be
pretty
huge.
much done, at least normalized in 12 days. Would you say 12 days? On
Bro,
the
don't do that,
12th
man.
day,
I can't even read that.
it
Don't
felt
do that.
different. And then, we took a lot of bad people out, never to come back again. Then most of them never to come back again. But there's great talent, and there's also great courage. I've been watching what goes on, and then you have the radical left lunatics, and what's that all about? I mean, they're fighting us because we want to stop crime. Where did these people come from? They're paid money. I guess they're paid a lot of money. But like I saw that ridiculous march the other day, I say, these people are not representative of our country. And not all of them, of course, but many
you
of
guys
them
should
are total
definitely look. I'm
lowlifes.
gonna. I
These are
mean, I met.
lowlifes. These are people
I met
that are paid
the heads
agitators. And they're not
Thedailychain.
representative of our country. So
And
I don't know. I can
honestly,
just
stay
tell you
tuned.
that our
I'm being
country has
serious.
tremendous
Like,
spirit right now. You know
I'm
that
gonna
better than
give you
anybody
guys
because you
something
cover
before
it well.
anyone else.
But we have a
Anyone
lot
else.
of people that are very happy right now with the direction. They did a poll the other day. The direction of our country is better than it's been in 37 years. And I'm upset because I think it should be better than that.
Who said
I actually
that?
said we should be better than that. So, thank you very much for your question. Brian?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President. You guys
VChain.
have done an amazing
I'm
job
telling
in
you.
Memphis. Some of those numbers are staggering, and we've gotten message on social media wanting to thank you for that. But I think, can you talk about the number of missing children you guys have discovered in Memphis? That's amazing.
Well, it's
What's the reading?
hundreds of thousands were
Are we going to
lost
release a
through
separate
Biden
video for the
and the
news
Biden
update?
administration.
Yeah,
And we are
it's a
getting a
big one,
lot
you'll
of them
see.
back.
Stay
but
tuned. Make sure
they're
you follow,
either
and
dead,
I'll drop it
they're
afterwards.
slaves, they're captured in some form. But think of it, hundreds of thousands we're talking about. Not even believable. And they came in through the border. They were sold. They were bargained for. And this was all Biden, meaning Biden and Obama, the same mentality, frankly. I think it's the same mentality. Let me tell you, Barack Hussein Obama was a lousy president. A lot of bad things happened. Remember when they used to talk about Trump with the jail cells? Well, he built the jail cells for the children. He built those jail cells. Remember that came out? But, sir, they were built in 2014. You remember when that came out? After me going through that stuff for about 2 weeks, and then they found out it was Barack Obama that built those jail cells. No, these people they were bad leaders. I hope we don't have it again. I hope we don't have it again because, our country's come back a long way, but it can only withstand so much, and we don't want to ever go through that again. We never want to have open borders again. We don't want to have men playing in women's sports. We don't want to have transgender for everybody. We don't want that. We want to have a great country with low interest rates, nice housing, great education, a strong military, the basics. Yes, please.
In last night's New York City mayoral debate, Zohran Mamdani said he would close Rikers
Buy and sell
Island
kids,
if
bro.
elected. What kind of impact would that have on public safety?
Well, it's not good. I guess it's not a very nice place, but
According to Donald Trump.
you need it. You need something. You have a lot of additional people in New York City that should not have been here. They came here through the open
Great
borders,
education.
through Biden's.
We all love
I
your
don't know
stuff,
how
just-
they even do it. New York City's always been tight for money.
Why are
And
you
then they
making me read
spend,
that?
$8 billion, and nobody complains about it, on people that just showed up and they just came out of nowhere. Where did they get the money? All of a sudden they have money. I tell you what, we have to keep our prisons very fair and very safe, but you get a lot of criminals. We have a lot of additional criminals. I used to talk about it. They used to say, well, only good people come in from foreign countries. I said, that's not right. I didn't know that for a fact, but it had just started, right? The open borders and people flowing in by the millions. They make our criminals look like the nicest people on earth. That's the only good thing. They make our criminals look like nice people. They are the meanest, the most vicious. Tren de Aragua, you don't get any sicker. They cut people's fingers off because they called the cop. Did you call the cop? Yes. They cut off his finger so he can't call the cop anymore. And then they said, next time we're going to cut off your hand if you cut, because they took over his apartment in Colorado. You know, Colorado, they took over a town, then they took over another town, and you have a weak governor over there. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing, so he lets it go on. But we're getting them out of here. We're getting them all out. They're going back to lots of, not just Venezuela, they're going back to lots of countries. Venezuela would be one, however. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
A moment ago,
Yeah, I did
you
the
said
chat
that if
overlook. It's all
Secretary
recorded,
Hegseth
so if
went
you
to
follow
Congress
either one of
and
these, you'll
briefed
see that.
them
And also
on
make sure
the
you keep
operations
looking
No, we
into
will
that.
go. I see.
You will go.
I do a
It
lot
will
of
be difficult for them to
go.
object.
I don't see any Lawson going. No reason not to. You know, they'll always complain, oh, we should have gone. So we're going to definitely, I'd like to just tell you, let's go. We'll go. We're going to tell them what we're going to do, and I think they're going to probably like it, except for the radical left lunatics.
And Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay. Yeah.
They're gonna be like,
yes,
they're gonna be
redhead.
like,
Beautiful redhead.
dead in it, bruv.
I'll tell my hairdresser. She'll love it.
They're
I
gonna,
have a question for
they're gonna
both
be
you
dead in it,
and,
bruv.
the Secretary of War, Mr. Hegseth.
Who are you with?
I'm with the Center Square.
In it, bruv.
We're a newswire service.
Bruv.
With everything that's going on between the narco terrorists in the Caribbean, and then also with more Chinese, Iranian, Russian ships also taking part in Venezuela. Are you having any plans of expanding operations out of Roosevelt Roads and in fact placing some home porting some ships there?
Oh man, he became a roadman all of a sudden.
We're familiar with the location that you're referring to, and we'll make sure that we're properly displaced in order to deal with the contingency we're dealing with there, and also any ways in which other countries would attempt to be involved also. So we can walk and chew gum. We're definitely keeping our eyes on near-peer adversaries at the same time, but we think sending a message on these cartels, these narco-terrorists, is an important inside our hemisphere, which for far too long, other presidents, as the president pointed out, they've ignored our own backyard and allowed other countries to increase their influence here, which only threatens the American people. We're changing that.
One big thing that has happened, though, because you mentioned expansion and expand our efforts. So when I was running for office, second term, everybody was talking about the fact that nobody wanted to join the military, nobody wanted to join the great police force. You know, they didn't want to join New
I feel like
York's
this is going to go
finest
on
or any of our
for another
police
4
forces.
hours, honestly.
They didn't want to join anything
Like,
having to do
dead
almost
in it.
like with the country,
Like
with
with
the
that
uniform.
pulse.
We are setting records with
No,
the Army,
nobody knows
Navy,
more dead than
Air
that, you
Force,
know.
Marine, Space Force, Coast Guard. We're setting records. We've never had anything like it. And I'll tell you when it started, November 5th. We didn't even have to wait till January 20th. They saw spirit. And now we have people coming in that are, it's unbelievable. And if we wanted to increase our military force, if we wanted to increase any one of these, including police forces, they can now get men.
Isn't it? Yes, because
People
they
didn't want to be
take
policemen
on
and
repeat.
women. They didn't want to be firemen and women. They didn't want to go into the military. We were having tremendous recruiting problems, and now we're setting records. We literally, last year at this time, you were doing stories that the recruitment was a disaster. We couldn't get men and women to go into the military. Now we have such an overabundance. We've never had, I mean, it's, as I understand it, it's like record-setting recruitment. This is in less than a year. It's been amazing. So this is a good time to expand if we want to do it, and I think we should. I think we should, and we probably will. Yeah, please. Yeah. Blue.
questions for you. First for you and Secretary Hegseth, is the administration supportive of sending National Guardsmen to cities for the express purpose of aiding deportation and immigration enforcement efforts?
Oh, right, you mean for the thing, for...
Expand deportation efforts.
He already looks tired. No, I think he's getting into
U.S.
gear.
cities for the express purpose of aiding deportation and immigration enforcement
What we've done so far is stand alongside federal law enforcement in every way, facilities and personnel, but also we have a great deal of lift inside the military. We're able to move assets in a way that no other aspect of the U.S. government can. And so where we can rapidly assist with mass deportations, we have been happy to do that.
Do you think Asia will solve the
Is the administration at all supportive of potential measures to crack down or regulate or even ban apps that track ICE agents' locations?
What do you mean by that?
Like specific apps that are used to track the location of ICE agents?
I guess we'll do that. I'm not a big app guy. I'm not into that too much. I think Pam might be it. Let's go.
Yes.
Good answer there.
Yes. These organizations,
Yes.
President Trump, are coming in
Yes.
with apps to track our federal law enforcement
Yes.
officers, and it jeopardizes their lives, where they're going to be.
Well,
their
maybe stop doing
location.
shady
and we've
stuff,
actually
man.
Been working really
Why
well
do they
with
have
the tech
balaclavas
companies
on?
who have
Come
been
on.
cooperating
Do the
because
police have
they don't
balaclavas
want
on?
our law enforcement officers to get injured. So yes.
Well, I mean, I see it with ICE, where they're having, where they define where they
ICE,
live,
baby.
who they are, and I wasn't. I didn't have a big view on the mask, but I now understand why they should wear masks. I think it's very dangerous for them not to wear masks. They can do whatever they want. I notice some do it and some don't, but it's pretty dangerous. But
They
when
can do
you
whatever
look
they
at,
want,
you,
innit?
You talk about
When
that
you got
question,
masks on,
I think it's very dangerous.
Roadman
and I
Trump
think you're
here.
coming down on that very hard.
Roadman Trump here knows that then you can do whatever you want, innit?
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. When you were running for re-election in 2024, you
God.
released a video statement where you did this. You made this exact promise to show no mercy
It's a
on the
great song,
cartels and
beautiful
employ
song.
every
Just beautiful.
military
Best
asset
song ever
necessary to
created.
combat them.
You
In
know?
that same video, you also said that you plan to expose all the bribes and
Nice,
corruption
isn't it?
with politicians and the cartels.
We're doing
has,
that.
Has
Yeah,
your
we're
task
trying to
force
do
been
that.
looking into that in American politicians?
Yeah, where the money's coming from. Because you see it. Like even that garbage deal they had this weekend, which was embarrassing to them, and the crowds were the crowds were not big. Those crowds were not big at all. But when you
I feel
look
like
at signs,
I
and
feel
they're
like
all made
what do you guys think? I
beautifully,
feel like closing
the
is
yellow
getting.
signs, I saw the
So I want to
yellows,
get
the
onto the
blues.
VChain stuff. You
But
you
they're
guys
all
want me
made
to close it for the VChain
professionally
stuff?
in a
I've got
printing shop.
some interesting
Looks like
news on the
Madison Avenue
VChain stuff.
someplace. Some guy is paying for all that stuff.
What do you guys
and
think?
We don't mind protest.
What's the
Protest is
consensus?
a
Shall
good
we-
thing.
shall
I
we- shall we
protest.
stop
I'm
this or
always
not?
protesting, right? But
Yeah,
but
Vet, please close this.
when
All
you
right,
see
all
some
right.
of these people
Let's
are
get onto the
going
VChain stuff,
crazy.
right?
They're going crazy because they're getting paid. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's
okay,
no
they're getting
reason for
paid.
them.
Yeah, right, yeah, yeah, right, whatever. Right, good. All right, cool. Well, that was interesting. All of nothing, I guess. You know what I mean? Right. Okay. Look. So with the VChain stuff, I want to talk to you guys something about the VChain stuff. I met with the VChain team. Actually, the VChain guy, the actual managing director, the owner, the creator, the big man himself. Really tall American dude, awesome guy, incredible guy. Like they have some things planned. I'm telling you, they have some things planned, right? So I want to show you something that for everyone here, and then I'm going to explain to you what is going on and why it is very, very advantageous for you guys to listen to what I'm going to say right now, right? If you go onto my page here, or if you go onto the tube or wherever you guys are, you'll see this thing underneath the I can't say the word. You'll see underneath this, you'll see this, right? If you click onto here, you'll get to the page here, and you'll see these two little things here. I can't say it because I just want to be sure that everyone else is going, right? If you get this, right, it's really, but it has to be on your phone, right? It has to be the phone one, not desktop, the phone, right? You go there. If you get this onto your aspect, I'm getting to the good part in a second, and then go back, and then go to this. If you press this button, right, after you have it on, it's going to ask you to connect, VWork. Let me put my details in. One second. quality keyboard, right? I've already collected that much from just staking this much, right? And most importantly, when you go in here, right, if I have a lot more, I'm just showing this is for thing purpose, right? If you do the lowest 10,000, I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. If you do at least this or any of the other ones, right, the more you go up, the better. I have to be careful how I say this. I have to be very careful how I say this. There is going to be something coming to those who have done this. Right? And this is like, I can't say the amount, but it's like a it's 100, right? Those who do this, download it, go through that. It has to be through my link though. It's very, very important, right? Because that's how they track it. Are going to be early for something that they're doing for people who do this. And people who do it early means that they get stuff that has similar aspects to things like what Asta may be. Gus, I can't confirm that. But look at what Gus wrote. That is all I'm going to say. Right? So I'm gonna be getting every single one of these NFTs. That's what I'm gonna say. Well, apart from these ones, because they're sold out, unfortunately, right? But I'm getting every single one of these. And as yeah. And I'm gonna be doing it on multiple wallets as well. You can get your old vet there, but it needs to go through either Binance, Coinbase, and all the major chains. You can actually see it on when you go there. On the actual app on your phone is where everything's gonna be happening. What they have planned is truly, it was mind-blowing talking to the guy. Mind-blowing. I can't do a video. This is just for the very fortunate few that's here, for the whale group, and for various few other people. I'll put it into the pro group as well. Let's just say I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it. And because of where it sits at the moment, the quality of the chain, what's happening, and what they're building, just understand this, right? The old V chain is completely changing. Completely. We have to check. If you have it on, it's best to do it through Binance or Coinbase. The Coinbase API is really, really good. But like the bigger chains, you can actually see it. In fact, let me look. I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly where you can do it from. I'll tell you exactly where you can do it from. But it has to be the V World. The V World. It's, you see, I showed you how to do it. Yeah, the VWork wallet. All right. So from basically any major exchange you can do it from, but Binance and Coinbase and all that kind of stuff are the best to do it from, because their APIs are perfectly set between each other. That's the little bit of information. So for all those who are here, who are going to be hearing about this very, very soon, and the ecosystem they're building, man, their ecosystem. Oh, man, I was just sitting there going, man, like finally a chain that's doing something that's not what the normal thing is. And they are going bold, very, very bold. And part of that bold aspect is this. All I'm going to say, all up to you. Make sure it's your own choice. Make sure it's your own understanding. Go through all the knowledge of what's going on, and you know what the key outcomes and what you want to do is. I'm just giving you what I am, the information I hold, everything on that level. If you want to have any more info, just, you know, you can come to the Learn by Alvarez. It's in the same place here as well. If you go here and go down, that's that. It's everyone's there. Really nice community. You can see all the other links and everything else like that. And also, if you want to join the pro, you can go into here and do what you need to do from that side. All right, look, I'm going to be getting off the tiki-toki, right? For everyone that pressed the like, oh my god, almost 100,000 likes. You guys are absolutely incredible. Make sure you watch the video that's dropping after this as well. It's really, really important. And also follow the other links and everything else like that. Check out the VeChain stuff. As I said, it's the reason why I'm saying it has to be through that link is because I've met with the people. I know them very closely, and it's something that's been given to my community first. In it, brevs. All right, guys, love all that kind of stuff. And we can go from there. With the Fat Cat stuff, we're still building on it. We're still going to move on. It's just market problems, market situations. There's a whale that, you know, unfortunately, when things get you know, all the other whales are all good and strong. It's just one that had a backstabby moment, unfortunately, and it's something that you can't get away and move around from anywhere else. VeChain sounds good in it. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm getting every single NFT I can get. That's all I'm gonna say, right? That's my thing. Yeah, and that's the situation. So I'm still working, still moving on that side, and once we can get this market into a good, more a clear direction, we can move from there. I mean, like as I said, I had a super close friend of mine that screwed me over really, really badly. Not monetarily, just trust, and I don't trust very, very often. That's it. All right. You look serious today. Do I? I mean, serious now because the guy who messed me around. But other than that, that's it. Right. That's the thing. All right. Look, lots of love, affection, all the other stuff. Do all the other things. You know, press all the buttons and stuff like that. And you know, all I want to say is that no matter what happens, no matter what direction goes through, whatever the market's going, whatever the thing happening, you see everyone else, all those like, you know, want to make a little money on the short time. People have all disappeared. I will always be here. I'll always be posting. My aim is to make you guys better understand of this industry, be in a safer way, do all that kind of stuff. And I appreciate all of you guys more than you can ever imagine. Is it possible to get a VeChain explanation in the group? Yes, of course. I'll actually change one of the groups to that so we can talk in that manner. You guys can understand from there. All right. Much appreciated. Love you all greatly. And I'll catch you guys later. All right. Peace. All right. They're off. All right. Now I'm off the TikTok. Yeah, they're doing a yeah, Gus, you got the right direction of what's going on. All right. Okay, look, guys. A lot of love and affection to you guys as well. I had a bit of a weird, difficult day today, unfortunately, as is the case in this industry. Sometimes it catches you on in a difficult moment and all that kind of stuff. But I do really appreciate all of you guys a lot, and you know, check out my X and stuff like that, and like a few comments and comment on them. It means a lot if you guys can do on my X as well and everything else. I know I'm asking a lot of you guys, but if you see something like that, just a little retweet or a message or anything like that, that's my little bit of thing that I ask of all you guys. All right, a lot of love, affection, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.